Arlo, yeah, we were ready to make the fight. We were ready to do whatever it takes to get Jaime Munguia the fight that he wants. One thing about Charlo and one thing about the whole PBC stable is that they hide behind Al Heyman, and that's the bottom line. I'm hoping that Charlo grows some balls, you know, and tells his management team, tells his people, hey, I want to fight Jaime Munguia. I want to fight the very best. I don't want to fight Suleiki. It's the same bullshit. I mean, it's hiding behind Al Heyman. That's the bottom line.
Well, okay, so this is gonna be an easy one to this is gonna be pretty easy to expose right here. What's good is the one, the only, but what do I know? Boxing back at you with some more BS from Oscar De La Hoya. So De La Hoya just recently came on the Jaime Munguia final press conference to a guy with Jimmy Kelly, the guy that nobody knows. I actually forgot that Jaime Munguia was fighting this weekend. De La Hoya stated what you just heard. He said that he was willing to do anything he could to get Jaime Munguia to fight Charlo. But Mr. De La Hoya, if that's the case, if you were willing to do anything it took to make that fight happen, then why did you pull out of the fight? Because you didn't want DAZN, because DAZN wasn't getting they weren't doing a joint deal with DAZN. If you were willing to do anything that you could possibly do to make the fight, you would have just took the fight with Showtime, seeing how Showtime was the one putting up the budget. You would have took that fight and not tried to throw in more obstacles. If you were trying to do anything you could to make that fight, you were the one that pulled out of that, buddy. You were the one that pulled out of that. Furthermore, you talk about the PBC guys hiding behind Al Heyman. Which one of your fighters are fighting anybody that we want to see them fight? We haven't seen, bro. Demetrius Andre, Jaime Munguia was Demetrius Andre's mandatory, and both of y'all were with DAZN. And we couldn't even get that fight. We couldn't get Jaime Munguia versus Triple G. We couldn't get Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney. Both of y'all were fighting on DAZN. So what are you talking about? These are the contradictions. These are the contradictions of Golden Boy, bro. The contradictions that, once again, the contradictions that Golden Boy, bro. The WBC ordered Jaime Munguia to fight Adams. What's his name? Brandon Adams? Something Adams? Not Brandon Adams. Adams. I can't remember. The guy that just beat Sergey Derevchenko. And he's with the PBC. The WBC ordered a fight between Jaime Munguia and Adams. I can't think of his first name, but he was a good fighter. He looked good against Sergey Derevchenko. The WBC ordered Jaime Munguia versus Adams, and Golden Boy withdrew from that. Golden Boy withdrew from that. So what are you talking about? They're hiding behind they're hiding behind Al Heyman. You had an opportunity to fight Demetrius Andre. Your guy was Demetrius Andre's mandatory. You didn't want to fight Demetrius Andre. You couldn't make a fight with Triple G. So is it the PBC hiding, or is it that you just BSing? Let's look at your whole, like, the three biggest names on your roster. Jaime Munguia, Ryan Garcia, and Gilberto Zordo Ramirez. Who was the guy that Roberto Zordo Ramirez just fought? Nobody freaking knows. Nobody knows. You're so infatuated with being fit, making your fighters 51-0 because your mind and heart is stuck on Floyd Mayweather. You can't get past Floyd Mayweather to save your life. You lost Canelo Alvarez. You're so infatuated with passing Floyd up that you can't even get your guys a big fight, bro. Ryan Garcia is fighting Javier Fortuna, a guy that's coming off of a loss, when he could have been fought Devin Haney. He was Devin Haney's mandatory, and he ducked Devin Haney. Okay, so it's like, man, I don't want to hear that mess, bro. Like, that's the BS that, like, bro, you sitting there talking about you were willing to do everything it took to make Jaime Munguia versus Charlo, but yet you're the one that pulled out of the fight because they didn't want to do the Showtime DAZN deal because Showtime was the only one putting up the funds. So if you were willing to do everything it took to get Jaime Munguia to fight Charlo, why did you pull out? Why didn't you just get Jaime Munguia to fight on Showtime? And what was crazy was Showtime put in the contract, should Jaime Munguia beat Jamal Charlo, Jaime Munguia, the rematch would then be on DAZN. But you're the one that pulled out. You pulled your fighter out of that deal. So it's like, bro, you're not willing to do whatever it takes to get your fighters. Like, stop with the cap. You gotta stop with the BS, bro. You never, bro. You don't want to match Ryan Garcia up against anybody worth noting. Okay, Gilberto, man, I actually am a big fan of Zordo, bro. But bro, you're not doing anything with him except for trying to pass up Mayweather's 50-0 record. Like, man, this the stuff I be talking about, bro. This the stuff that I be talking about, man. Like the contradictions in boxing, bro. This dude sat there and tried to argue me up and down. Well, Jaime Munguia is only 24 years old, and he is 25 years old and got 40 fights under his belt, bro. I don't want to hear no, he's still building, bro. No. He was a world champion at 154. Once you become a world champion, bro, it's no such thing as let's build a fighter up, bro. No. It's no such thing as let's build a fighter up. At 160, he has the injection. He hasn't done anything at 154. So it's like, bro, like that's what I'm talking about with De La Hoya, bro. Like, man, you're not even letting your fighters fight anybody, any big names whatsoever, bro. You got Danny Jacobs that's with DAZN. All right, Jaime Munguia's already talking about moving up. Can you match him with Danny Jacobs? I'd like to see that. That'd be interesting. But that's irritating, man, because it's like, bro, and then people really run off with this, bro. Well, Jaime Munguia, he's only 24. Man, that dude is 25 years old, turning 26 this year. This dude is long overdue for a big fight, bro. Demetrius Andrade ain't never fought nobody. Well, okay, then that means it should be an easy fight for Jaime Munguia, right? People hiding behind, man, I'm telling you, bro. De La Hoya, bro, dude is the funniest dude, bro, cause like, that dude is like a big, and it's like, what gets me is like, bro, why don't people, I guess people just don't like to stir up the pot or whatnot. Because I don't understand why these guys don't ask these questions. Like, what you mean, bro? You the one that pulled out of the fight, so you know, obviously you weren't willing to do whatever it takes to make the fight between Charlo and Munguia. And what's furthermore is, Charlo is the WBC champion. Munguia has not been a world champion at 160. So Charlo is the A side. Charlo is the A side, bro. Munguia has never been a champion at 160. So how in the world do you feel like you have the right to tell them what network they're gonna fight on? No, Jaime Munguia has to come to the champ, which is Jamal Charlo. Showtime is offering the funds. DAZN is not putting up no funds. Showtime is offering the funds. So why would I do a joint promotion and I'm the only one paying for this shit? No, absolutely not. None of your guys are fighting any top fighters, but yet you want to criticize the PBC. None of your guys are fighting top fighters. None of them. Not Ryan, not Zordo, not Jaime. I don't know, I promise you I almost forgot that Jaime was fighting this weekend, bro. I almost forgot Jaime was fighting this weekend until yesterday. And even then, who is Jimmy Kelly or Jim Kelly or whatever the hell his name is? Who is he? The last dude he fought, who was he? The last dude that Jaime Munguia fought, when he was finna pass out at the weigh-in, bro. Like, who is he? I'm debating if I want to watch Jaime Munguia fight or if I just want to go ahead and watch, if I want to watch, what's his name with Top Rank? They fight at 168 tomorrow. Edgar Berlanga. I might want to. I think I'll probably rather just watch him fight, bro. Like Jaime Munguia ain't been doing nothing. He ain't been doing much of nothing, bro. I wanted to see him and Jamal Charlo fight so bad, bro. But this is what it is, bro. So like once again, bro, De La Hoya, you gotta stop with the mess, stop with the BS, stop with the cap, bro. None of your guys are fighting anybody worth noting. You got people on the zone that you guys could have been fought, but they never did. They ducked the opponents. Jaime Munguia and Ryan Garcia. The only person that ain't ducked that you got is Zurdo Ramirez, because he's actually chasing Bivol. And you probably not even gonna make that. Bivol ain't fighting Canelo next. Make that fight. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. What do you think about Oscar De La Hoya and his stable? But what do I know?